Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Man's Voice podcast. Once again, here with me, Kwabnabi Bini Berima. You can call me DJ Fuad. We're here to talk about men's issues, how men can be initiated from boyhood to manhood, because a lot of men, doesn't matter the age, from 30 to 40, 50, a lot of us are still behaving like boys when it comes to man to woman relationships. So, as I say, we don't come here to bash or go hard on women. We say the truth, no matter how painful it is to both men and women. But our goal is to make men better. And maybe the more better men we have, better men for women to date. Yes, so if you are a woman out there and you hear something that is too strong, don't hate us. We are only preparing ourselves better for you. Yes. So tonight, we're here to talk about some amazing topic, which annoys quite a number of women around the world. You mentioned they go like, say what? Okay. So the question is, or let me put it this way. Let me put it on the screen, rather, so that we all ask the question by ourselves, because it's so annoying to women that I don't want to be the first person to mention it. So read it on the screen. You understand? Yes. This is what we're going to talk about tonight. These are the questions. So please, read it for yourself. And so that you don't say DJ Fuad mentioned it, so I'm going to be DJ Fuad. I'm actually not feeling well for some time. That's why I haven't been live for a while. Yes. So the first question is, why do men ask the question, what do you bring to the table? That is one of the most annoying questions to modern women. Why is the question so annoying to modern women? Is it relevant to start with? Yes, let's ask ourselves that question. So tonight we're going to answer that is it even relevant to ask the question, what do you bring to the table as a woman? And lastly, at what time, place, or circumstances should a man ask, what do you bring to the table? So, ladies and gentlemen, this and a billionaire's answer to the question is what we are going to deal with tonight on the show. Yes, a billionaire has answered the question so beautifully and amazingly. So, kindly stick and stay with me on the show as we take it one by one. We're going to listen to a billionaire, a girl's question on how she can get a millionaire to marry. You understand? Or someone who earns $500,000 a year. A young woman wrote to a newspaper asking about how she can get to marry a successful man. You know, more than six-figure man. She wanted that. And she got an answer not from me. Yes, she got an answer from a millionaire who answered her. And I think that her answer, as a matter of fact, put to rest a lot of the debate, a lot of the insult, the anger. You understand? And because I decided to treat this topic because most guys are even afraid these days to ask the question, what do you bring to the table? And I think a senior man sent me his response when I advertised on my WhatsApp status that I was going to be live to talk about this. This is what he says, and I'm talking about Lozino. Lozino said, they should change the question to, what can you give me that you have not given any man before? Lozino, when they want somebody to beat, I will let them come to you. Yes, I will let them come to you because I think your question is hard to answer than the what we are discussing. What do women bring to the table? Yes. So a lot of people have had debates that have resulted into a heated debate about what do women bring to the table. Some women has even said that it is a childish question. Why should a man even ask the question to start with? Quite few days ago, Steve Harvey also made news about the same thing, saying that it is foolishness on the part of young men to even ask that question. And it has generated a lot of debate out there on the internet. And I have decided to come to do some explanation here. One, is this question relevant? I say yes. And how should this question be asked? Should a guy on a date verbally, loudly, explicitly ask a girl, what do you bring to the table? I think that would be childish on the part of a guy to add such a question. You understand? That would be quite childish to look into the eyes of a girl and ask that question. So, should men ask the question directly? If no, how? Yes. So, no man, no listener, no viewer of the men's podcast should make that childish mistake by asking a girl or a woman, what do you bring to the table directly? No, don't do that. Never do that. Rather, I think that question can be answered. You as a man, if you are an initiated man, you are a smart guy, you should know the answer per your questioning. So you don't have to explicitly open your mouth to ask the question, what do you bring to the table? No. It is your conversation. I think through conversations, if you're a smart guy, if you're not dumb, you will know what a lady or a woman brings to your table if you want to marry them. You understand? Especially if you want to marry them. But I will add if you want to date them as well. So you don't need to ask the question physically, like you sit down across the table with a woman at the dinner, at a date, and you go like, what do you bring to the table? What will you bring to the table? I will side with some women that is annoying and that is childish. Yes. So you should rather get the answer through your conversation with them, vetting them to know what they bring to the table. And the next question will be, why should men ask the question? Because Steve Harvey is saying that, why should a man ask that question to a human being that can give birth to another human being? Which I think, with all due respect to our dear father, Steve Harvey, that is also childish on his side. Yes. That is making me believe what some men are saying, that Steve Harvey has contributed to a lot of women not getting the best they want from men, not having successful relationship, being old and single. Steve Harvey has contributed to that, because Steve Harvey, from the way he answers questions to girls, women on his show, he kind of manipulates the truth. He's economical with the truth, and he knows that majority of his viewers are women, and therefore, if he says the painful truth, he might not get them as he has them. Because to ask that question, the only thing that I'll have wrong with somebody asking a question, what do you bring to the table, is you asking it directly as I'm saying it, what do you bring to the table? No serious man should ask that question. Rather, with a couple of dates, couple of conversations, question and answers, vetting each other, you get to know what they bring to the table. And secondly, I think that what Steve Harvey should have said is not to shut up men to ask that question, but what he should have said is, what do men mean when they say, what do you bring to the table? You know, because a lot of guys think that the best thing they should ask women is money. No. Any man that will ask how much money a woman is bringing into a relationship, I think you're also childish. You understand? So it shouldn't be about money, how much money a woman or a girl is bringing to the table. No. It should rather be, and which shouldn't be an explicit question. It shouldn't be verbal. You shouldn't open your mouth to ask that question. What do you bring to the table? It should rather come as a result of observation of your conversation with the woman. You understand? That should be the case, not you asking it directly. So, what do men, or what should men mean when they say, what do you bring to the table? Number one, it shouldn't be money. It shouldn't be money. For me, when I ask myself, and that question should even be asked to men ourselves internally. We ask ourselves, what do a woman bring to the table, to my relationship table, to my marriage table? We ask it to ourselves, and then we answer it to ourselves. We understand? We answer it to ourselves by soliciting the answer unaware, most of the time, from women. And then when we get the answer unaware from women, you judge whether this woman can be on your table or not. Because what women have at the initial stage of relationship is controlling sex, and men control who becomes a wife, who sit on the table. So, as some women say, I'm the table, you are not the table. You don't even have the table. We men have the table because it's a man who decides who becomes a wife, who stay in a long-term relationship or not. You understand? So, what men should mean when they ask the question, what do you bring to the table, should not be money. Rather, it should be certain characteristics, certain character, behaviors. For me, what do you bring to the table? As far as the raising of my children are concerned, what do you bring to the table? As far as sacrificing for our union and our children in particular is concerned. Are you a woman who cannot sacrifice? Are you a woman who throw your hands in the air by any little provocation without any abuse or whatever? Are you a woman who want to live a celebrity lifestyle whilst you have not done anything that will make you a celebrity? These are the things that I will ask or want from a woman who want to be the kids and then the mother of my kids. So this will be my, what do you bring to the table? Not how much money are you bringing to the table. No. No. Every man should put it at the back of their mind that they should have 100% mentality. If you live somewhere and because of where you live, you have to practice 50-50 or whatever percentage that works for you, and with a woman who would do that and still respect you and all of that, hallelujah to that. But what I say is that every man should have 100% provisioning man's mindset. It helps you more than it helps the woman. Because this mind, our subconscious mind in particular, is the one that brings things into our lives. So if you have 100% provisioning mentality, this is what happens. You get motivated to do more hard work to be able to provide 100% for your family. You get me? Yehuda say, you get what I mean? Exactly. So Every man should have 100% mentality. If you meet someone who want to do 50-50 with you, and that one will work for you to have a beautiful, enjoyable, successful relationship, I'm all for it. But if you're asking the question, what do a woman bring to the table? Money shouldn't be one of it. But it should be character, behavior, substance, attitude. What kind of attitude is this woman bringing onto your table? You understand? Why do women get so annoyed when the question is asked? Well, mostly what I've seen is observation. A lot of women who don't have character, good behavior, good attitude, get offended because they are smart. They know that majority of the time when guys are asking about that, it's not about money, but they are asking about character. And majority of modern day women don't have good character. They don't have good behavior. They don't have attractive behavior. So they know when guys ask these questions, it brings a lot of issues. You understand? If you're on Facebook or YouTube watching right now, do share the link so that somebody can join us. Share in your WhatsApp groups and wherever you can share to. And if you find this content important to you, to your life as a man, as a woman, click on the subscription button. And also if you're on Facebook, like the show. Let's continue. So mostly a lot of girls who get annoyed are girls who knows that if you put sex aside, if you put cleaning aside, if you put giving birth aside, they have less to offer. And someone will say, oh, a woman giving birth is enough. No. If a woman is giving birth to a child, and this woman has so bad promiscuous past that one day my child is going to see and get broken. What is the essence of a woman that can give birth? You understand? So when men are asking the question, what do you bring to the table? We are talking about your character, the quality of you as a woman, the quality of your value as a woman on the dating and relationship market. So a young lady who is aspiring to marry a billionaire or a millionaire, a rich man, someone who earned $45,000 a year, $500,000 a year, wrote to a newspaper finding out what can she do to attract such a man. And this is the answer that she got. And she did not get it from any broke man. She got the answer from a rich man. So let's go listen and we'll talk about that in a jiffy.
Hard truth about women's looks and men marrying them.
A young and pretty lady posted this on a popular forum. What should I do to marry a rich guy? I'm going to be honest of what I'm going to say here. It was in the paper. I'm 25 this year. I'm very pretty, have style and good taste. I wish to marry a guy with $500,000 annual salary or above. You might say that I'm greedy, but an annual salary of $1 million is considered only middle class in New York. My requirement is not high. Is there anyone in this forum who has income of $500,000 annual? Are you all married? I wanted to ask, what should I do to marry a rich person like you? Among those I've dated, the richest is $250,000 annual, and it seems that this is my upper limit. If anyone is going to move into a high-cost residential area on the west of New York City Garden, $250,000 annual income is simply not enough. I'm here humbly to ask a few questions. Where do most rich bachelors hang out? Please list down the names and addresses of bars, restaurants, and gyms. What age group should I target? What are most wives of the rich Why are most wives of the rich only average looking? I have met...
Guys, let's hold on right here. Why are most wives of rich guys average looking? Okay? This is what the girl is asking. So that should tell you that this girl has proud knowledge about the answer she's going to get, but she's asking it anyway. She knows that most rich guys don't marry the most beautiful girl, as we call bad girls. No. She has observed. So let's continue.
A few women who don't have looks and are not interesting, but they are able to marry rich guys. How do you decide who can be your wife and who can only be your girlfriend? My target is to get married. Signed, Miss Pretty. This was actually in a paper in New York, and the CEO of JP Morgan responded, "Dear Miss Pretty, I have read your post with great interest. Guess there are lots of girls out there who have similar questions like yours. Please allow me to analyze your situation as a professional investor. My annual income is more than $500,000, which meets your requirements, so I hope everyone believes that I'm not wasting time here. From the standpoint of a business person, it is a bad decision to marry you. The answer is very simple, so let me explain. Put the details aside. What you're trying to do is an experiment, so I hope everyone..."
I want guys to listen from here carefully. Now, a millionaire is talking. Somebody who earned $500,000 a month is talking to a guy, a young girl, but 25-year-old girl who want to marry someone who earned $500,000 a year. And the answer the man is going to give solve the question of what do women bring to the table. And if you're a guy, I'll keep my words here.
Believes that I'm not wasting time here. From the standpoint of a business person, it is a bad decision to marry you. The answer is very simple, so let me explain. Put the details aside. What you're trying to do is an exchange of beauty and money. Person A provides beauty, person B pays for it. Fair and square. However, there is a...
Men, get this. Okay? Get this. Most young girls, most modern women brings nothing apart from beauty. Let's put she giving birth, she's cooking aside. Okay? That is fundamental. Unless a guy, you've decided you don't want a child or you don't want a woman who will cook for you. Yes, these days it is cool. But a lot of young girls comes with nothing apart from sex and beauty. And the millionaire is answering her saying that, look, you are bringing up a business and you are bringing one of the less valued commodity to the business. And the rich man says that it would be stupid on my part to marry you, secure you with $500,000 a month. Whilst what you are bringing beauty, I'm bringing money. My money, if I am not lazy, can multiply very soon or year after year. But your beauty will decline and continue to decline and decline. So it doesn't make sense. And you didn't mention anything apart from beauty. So let's continue.
The daily problem here, your beauty will fade. But my money will not be gone without a good reason. The fact is, my income might increase from year to year, but you can't be prettier year after year.
Men, get this. That rich man told the girl, the beautiful young girl, that the fact is, my money can increase year after year, but your beauty cannot increase year after year. One thing you should know is that's why I advise guys, don't marry only for beauty, because beauty will decline. The female's beauty has a lifespan of about 12 years. From 18 years, and I'm talking about the dating market and the marriage market, from 18 years up to 30. A lot of them, 98% of women, their beauty start declining right after 30 years. And your money, if you are not lazy, your money will be ascending, will be multiplying. And most girls these days come not to even sit with you till one dies. She's coming to spend a certain number of years and then file for divorce to get $500,000 times whatever. So let's listen to wise men. This is a millionaire talking to a young 25-year-old girl. Let's continue.
Hence, from my viewpoint of economics, I am an appreciating item and you are a depreciating asset. And it's not just normal depreciation, but exponential depreciation. If that is your only asset, your value will be much worse 10 years later. By the terms we...
Get this. What did the rich man say to the young woman? Or say, if the only asset you are bringing to the table is beauty, then your asset will be much worse 10 years later. I love it when you have men with money. How can you even be a millionaire if you are stupid? You can't. You can't. So the millionaire knows his value. And this is what I'm planning to have a full video on. How men can have abundance mindsets. Okay? How men should have abundance mindset. Because a lot of guys, we don't have abundant mindset, and we think that once we get an opportunity from a girl and we don't grab it and cling onto it, we are doomed. No. Have an abundant mindset. Build yourself. Instead of chasing women, chase money, and women will chase you.
We use in Wall Street, every trading has a position. Dating with you is also a trading position. If the trade value drops, we will sell it, and it is not a good idea to keep it for long term.
He said when the trade value depreciate, they sell it. The code for that is side chick. That is why successful men have side chicks, because what most men value in women is beauty. So once the beauty has depreciated, this sound a bit annoying and painful to women, but it is the reality. A lot of men, some men might not, but majority of men, the reason why they go for another woman is they want to see more young women and beautiful ones. Yes. So
same goes with the marriage you wanted. It might be cruel to say this, but in order to make a wiser decision, any asset with greater depreciation value will be sold or leased. Anyone with over $500,000 annual income is not a fool. We would only date you, but not marry you.
Jesus Christ. The man has mentioned it. He said, anyone that only come onto the dating, the relationship, the marriage market with only beauty, as a rich man, I will date you and I will not marry you. You taste? This is the mindset young men should have. Okay? This is the mindset we should have. Build yourself. Build yourself. Don't rush to bring a child to this world. For the child to come and also suffer and follow your trend. Build yourself. And a lot of men, because we have not built ourselves, we are not able to speak truth to women. A lot of men will want to have side chicks, but because they don't have money, they tell women, oh, as for me, I will be one woman's husband or boyfriend. You can't, but you lie. Anyway, so I'm going to let the video play without me interrupting, and after that, I'll come back and then we'll wrap up. This is the Men's Voice podcast.
About women's looks and men marrying them.
A young and pretty lady posted this on a popular forum. What should I do to marry a rich guy? I'm going to be honest of what I'm going to say here. It was in the paper. I'm 25 this year. I'm very pretty, have style and good taste. I wish to marry a guy with $500,000 annual salary or above. You might say that I'm greedy, but an annual salary of $1 million is considered only middle class in New York. My requirement is not high. Is there anyone in this forum who has income of $500,000 annual? Are you all married? I wanted to ask, what should I do to marry a rich person like you? Among those I've dated, the richest is $250,000 annual, and it seems that this is my upper limit. If anyone is going to move into a high-cost residential area on the west of New York City Garden, $250,000 annual income is simply not enough. I'm here humbly to ask a few questions. Where do most rich bachelors hang out? Please list down the names and addresses of bars, restaurants, and gyms. What age group should I target? What are most wives of the rich? Why are most wives of the rich only average looking? I have met a few women who don't have looks and are not interesting, but they are able to marry rich guys. How do you decide who can be your wife and who can only be your girlfriend? My target is to get married. Signed, Miss Pretty. This was actually in a paper in New York, and the CEO of J.P. Morgan responded, Dear Miss Pretty, I have read your post with great interest. Guess there are lots of girls out there who have similar questions like yours. Please allow me to analyze your situation as a professional investor. My annual income is more than $500,000, which meets your requirements, so I hope everyone believes that I'm not wasting time here. From the standpoint of a business person, it is a bad decision to marry you. The answer is very simple, so let me explain. Put the details aside. What you're trying to do is an exchange of beauty and money. Person A provides beauty, person B pays for it. Fair and square. However, there is a deadly problem here. Your beauty will fade. But my money will not be gone without a good reason. The fact is, my income might increase from year to year, but you can't be prettier year after year. Hence, from my viewpoint of economics, I am an appreciating item and you are a depreciating asset. And it's not just normal depreciation, but exponential depreciation. If that is your only asset, your value will be much worse 10 years later. By the terms we use in Wall Street, every trading has a position. Dating with you is also a trading position. If the trade value drops, we will sell it, and it is not a good idea to keep it for long term. Same goes with the marriage you wanted. It might be cruel to say this, but in order to make a wiser decision, any asset with greater depreciation value will be sold or leased. Anyone with over $500,000 annual income is not a fool. We would only date you but not marry you. I would advise that you forget looking for any clues to marry a rich guy. And by the way, you could make yourself to become a rich person with you could make yourself to become a rich person with $500,000 annual income. This has a better chance than finding a rich fool. Signed, J.P. Morgan, CEO.
All right. So you had it all right there in full. So in other words, this young lady told billionaires what she brings to the table. And she said, I only bring beauty. And they also told her that, young lady, if beauty is the only thing you think, and that's the woman being honest. Mostly, let me tell you, a lot of guys or men accuse women wrongly when the women are treated them bad in the relationship, in the middle or getting to the end of the relationship. Because do you know when women tell their truth in a relationship at the early stage? And I'm still doing my research why they do that, but the answers I've gotten is that it's the smart one. That is the opposite of what women should have done when you are going in for girls or women. If you know you are polygamous, tell them upfront before they accuse you of lies and deception and emotional abuse. Yes. So, the most time women tell the truth in relationship is at the beginning of the relationship. So, men should understand that. So, this woman want to go into a relationship with millionaires, and you told the millionaires what she brings to the table. And what was it? Beauty. Something that would depreciate and depreciate and depreciate over time. And the millionaire was like, you mean that you are exchanging only beauty for my asset, my money, that will be multiplying every year? No. Well, the little offer that I can make you is to date you and not marry you. Okay? And not marry you. That's what the rich man said. So to wrap up, no man should ask the question directly, explicitly, verbally to a woman, what do you bring to the table? Get your answers by going on a date with them, having conversation with them, looking at their lifestyle. If you can travel to where they live, travel there and ask a couple of questions and get your answer for yourself. And that is what men do the best, because men know that majority of women can't handle truth. So men don't tell a lot of women truth. And these days, a lot of men cannot also handle the truth. A lot of us can't handle truth from women. That is why women even tell us the truth, their best truth, at the early stage of relationship, but we can't stay. We can't understand them. We can't accept it. Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, my dear men, those who want to be initiated into the realm of understanding the female psyche, the female nature, never ask a woman directly, verbally, explicitly what to bring to the table, but get your answers by interviewing her, having conversation with her, visit where she lives and all of that. Ask people who knows her and get certain things and make your decision out of it. And the reason why you are asking this question shouldn't be how much money a woman can bring to your table. No. It should rather be what are her values, what are her interests, what are her character, what are her behavior, acceptable behaviors. Those are the things you should look out for, and those things you don't ask her. Fish it out from her yourself. And some are saying that the moment a woman can give birth, that is enough to come onto the table. No. There are 1,000 women who can give birth. But there are scarce women who have good character that can help you build, that will not disgrace you, and all of that. So, this is where time will permit me to bring tonight's podcast edition, the Men's Voice edition, to an end. My name once again is Kwabena Bibini Barima. You can call me DJ Fuad. I'm out.